So we have officially sailed all the way to Indonesia from Papua New Guinea. Well, 40,000 miles from the British Virgin Islands to be exact, but who's counting? We had gotten in touch with a man called Ahmed, who owns Nirmala Dive Resort right here in front of the boat. He had cleared us into the country that afternoon. So we were now free to legally step on land. Okay, we're gonna head into shore. Ahmed, who's the owner of the dive resort here, wants to do a bit of a traditional welcome for everyone because there's 5 boats in the anchorage now. So we'll go see what this is all about. Apparently there's some face painting and karaoke involved. Sounds like a bit of us. You can see them all lined up on the dock now, so we'll shimmy on over. Biak is a fairly small island in the West Papua region of Indonesia with an estimated population of around 130,000 people. There is still a complicated conflict happening for independence on the mainland, but out here in the islands we felt quite far removed from all of that. Having just sailed up here from Papua New Guinea, you can definitely see the influence and resemblance of the people from PNG. There is also a crazy history here surrounding World War II, but we'll get into that more later. It was just an honour to be having this welcome ceremony put on just for us. The ceremony led into an absolute feast served on banana leaves. And as is the tradition here, we all ate with our hands, which felt a little bit strange, but very liberating at the same time. After all, every one of our ancestors would have eaten like this once upon a time. The night did indeed end with some karaoke, which is a massive part of the culture here. I'm going to use the excuse of copyright rules being the reason we don't use the audio here, rather than the intonation of my high notes. Which one's the fastest one?
This one.
This one? The next day we rented scooters and set out on a big excursion for the day. We absolutely love doing this sort of stuff, as none of us even own cars, let alone motorbikes. Biak is quite far off the beaten track, so apart from sailors, they don't really get many foreigners coming through here. So almost every single local stopped in their tracks and waved hello to us as we rode by.
How many people can we say hi to on this road?
Hello.
Woo.
That was a sick ride. How many waves did you get? But they spotted you, so by the time they spotted you, they were coming past and they were looking at us because of the white people.
Ahmed said to go here first because it's sunny now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's right there. I can see it. All right, we just got to the cenote. I can see it from here. The water looks so blue.
Whoa, it's pretty cold.
Really?
So blue. So this is a little hidden gem that Ahmed told us about, and I couldn't even find anything online about it. It was full of crystal clear fresh water at such a refreshing temperature. There's something so cool about visiting places that most people have never heard of, including us up until a few months ago, because they are usually untouched and not yet commercialized like most of the tourist spots you'd read about online. The next place we went to had been turned into a little museum already, but for good reason, because what went down in this location is the stuff nightmares are made of. But this is a crazy World War II combat area. So this is a pretty crazy historical spot right here. So this place is known as Goa Jepang, which means Japanese cave. During World War II, the Japanese set up a base here and used this massive natural cave as a hideout for thousands of soldiers. There even used to be a 3-kilometer tunnel dug from here all the way out to the ocean, which was later destroyed by an earthquake. This cave is a silent witness to the Battle of Biak in 1944, when US troops got wind of the Japanese hideout and decided to attack. They flew overhead and dropped bombs over the cave, which opened up a massive hole in the top, and they proceeded to throw drums of gasoline into the cave, burning roughly 3,000 soldiers alive. What we are standing in right here is in effect a massive grave, and it sends shivers down my spine to imagine what things would have been like on that fateful day. When you stop and think about what happened here, it would have been one of the most horrific, terrifying things imaginable. 3,000 people right here getting torched alive by burning gasoline thrown down that hole there that was blown open by torpedoes. Imagine the scene here, the screaming,
The echoing of the bomb.
smells and the sounds and this absolutely unimaginable. It's got an eerie feeling about it.
People say you could still hear the screams and the marching of the soldiers.
It wasn't until the 1980s when locals started taking the initiative to collect some of the relics and try to preserve them, as a lot of it was getting taken and sold as scrap metal. In one way, the lack of tourists here is restricting the income available to maintain the place, but it's the lack of tourism that is also keeping this place somewhat sacred. It was an eye-opening experience, and one that has to be done in person to really feel the energy of the place, and I was a little relieved to get out of there if I'm being honest. What are we doing now, man?
Face painting.
Face painting?
You gotta do it. Everybody has to do it. Come on.
We're doing archery now right here,
That's right.
but we're not allowed to do it unless we get our face painted like warriors.
Brett.
What?
I'm a warrior now.
And now we're ready to shoot the bow and arrow. Let's go.
Have you done this before?
Not really. We've played around with one on the beach once.
That's cool, actually.
That's very cool. It's the coolest view ever, look.
This is a happy bird.
Did you get the time?
No.
Yeah.
No, you're off the... Oh, at the bottom. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, nice. Yeah.
Shoot to the blunt side.
Shoots himself in the foot.
Wow.
If you've never shot an arrow before, you should try it. It's so much fun, but much harder than it looks, as you can see by our wild spray of arrows everywhere. We had become friends with Ahmed over the last couple of days, and he happened to have one of his villas vacant for a couple of days. So he invited Britt and I to stay and enjoy some time off the boat. It was absolutely enormous, a stark contrast to our accommodation on Parlay. It was a very special treat, and we didn't want to leave.
So Ahmed gave us this beautiful villa for the last 2 days. We had a nice air-conditioned sleep, beautiful breakfast out on the balcony there overlooking Parlay and the bay. And now I'm gonna edit in aircon. It makes such a difference.
But one thing we did bother to leave the villa for was the diving. This is a must if you ever make it to Biak. It's like a mini Raja Ampat, but without the hundreds of dive charter boats. We only had time to do 2 dives, so we gathered up the troops, and Ahmed prepared us for one of the best dives you can do in the area.
Today we're gonna dive the Catalina wreck. A little history about Catalina. It's an amphibious American bomber from World War II. How it went down is still a mystery because we couldn't see any big damage for a big caliber. It might be a small caliber. It might be a technical issue. But the most important thing is here and we can dive it. That's why we're happy. Okay.
We had no idea where we were going, and were surprised when we stopped literally right behind our boats. All this time we were anchored, we had no idea that there was a World War II amphibious plane sitting on the bottom of the ocean right behind us. We were excited to get in, as Britt gracefully did more of a somersault than a back roll into the water. The water was crystal clear, so in no time we could see the plane appearing in front of us. Diving on a wreck is by far my favourite type of dive, because it adds a human element to the already incredible marine life you see before you. People were once flying this very plane, and those people most likely lost their lives when this happened. And here we are swimming around it almost a century later, with it still being very much intact. What's also cool about these sort of wrecks is that they eventually provide an elaborate new home for thousands of different marine life. I'll be quiet now and let you enjoy the next few shots, but it really was an impressive dive. It truly was an incredible time in Biak, but all good things must eventually come to an end.
Look like a tourist.
Of course.
This is my style. This is Steve. He's going to be coming to Sorong with us. He's the captain of the search and rescue boat here. You excited, Steve?
Yeah, of course.
He's been cruising these waters as a captain forever. And but have you been on a sailboat before?
Never.
Never been on a
It's my
sailboat.
first time.
So this has been a dream of yours?
Yeah, one of my dreams.
I think his face is about to crack from the smile.
We just need you next.
I know. I
Steve-
wish I could come. I wanted to go, but I got so busy here. Sorry. I really wanted to go.
You guys have to stop here on your way to and from Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, Fiji. This is the place to come if you're clearing in or out of Indonesia. It's been a really good experience. Sad to leave. There's a little bit of weather turning against us in a few days, so we want to get to Sorong.
So remember the first night when we got the welcome ceremony? Well, Steve had casually said that it would be a dream come true for him to go sailing on a catamaran. So I said, let's go. He then spent the next few days shuffling everything around to be able to do the 250-mile sail with us to Sorong in Raja Ampat. But first, he wanted to show us his own vessel.
Come, I'll show you my ship. Not my ship, it's government ship, but I'm responsible for it. This boat and this boat are search and rescue.
Yeah.
And the other side is Navy. So we work like, we did a long side together.
How many crew do you have on here?
I have 9 with me and 2 security.
You're the big dog. You're the captain.
Yeah, I can show you. Yeah, come.
Is that you?
Yeah. Yeah, a young man.
This is for the officers.
Yeah, for the officers. And
It's like a break room.
yeah, it's for meeting.
And so how often are you going out? Every day?
Not every day.
And it's just search and rescue stuff. So it's people in distress.
Yeah, when in distress or every 3 months we have to go sail for warm up the engine.
Yeah.
Or every 1 week we have to do like a stationary running the engines.
What's one of the crazy calls that you've had to go do rescue?
Traditional boats with passengers, 11, they crashed, they had accidents
Really?
when there are bad weather winds, and unfortunately 4 of them passed away.
Oh no.
And the other passengers swam go to the island.
And so the boat sank.
Yeah, no, the boat, the traditional boat sank.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the bad one.
This is the galley?
Yeah, the galley. I'm sorry, little mess up with the galley.
Wow.
Hey!
Fancy.
Yes. Wow.
So we have 3 engines. 1, 2, 3.
How long have you been the captain of this boat?
4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, and my first time joining the search and rescue, I was in the other ship. So I try to be brave. Directly, I navigate the ships and berth the ships in here. My first time.
So your first time driving, you had to dock the boat.
Yeah.
And then you've got thrusters? Bow thruster?
No, we don't have.
No thrusters.
Just not trust.
Can I have a quick look in the engine room?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry, I get carried away.
Yeah, it's our engine.
Oh.
Nice. Man.
So with our new crew member on board, we slowly made our way over the reef to say goodbye to Biak. If you are coming here on your sailboat, go on No Foreign Land or Navionics and look for the yacht club Biak. Ahmed started that just for sailors. He can also do the clearing in or out of the boat for about 1/3 of the price of any other agent we spoke to.
All right, guys, we've just left Biak. We have 4 other boats in tow. We have a new crew member, Steve, a local Indonesian.
This is fun. I love buddy boating. There's the safety and numbers aspect, but it's also just fun. Chat on the radio, wind each other up, send each other photos of your fish.
I hope that's all you're sending photos of.
Are you already fishing?
Yeah,
I'm going to get my rod out.
we're filming. He said he's gonna get his rod out.
That's for the other channel.
It's the only fans.
It wasn't long before the rain rolled in, as well as a squall that caught Ryan a little off guard, which snapped one of our lazy jack lines, leaving the sailbag unusable on that side for now.
Can't go up the mast because there's lightning at the moment. It's not like constant, but every like 5-10 minutes it's a flash of lightning, so you don't want to be up there.
The block that's on the second spreader. where it went through the block, it must have like chafed through over time, and it just snapped.
I was going to go up there and rerun it, but we're in a lightning storm, so I probably shouldn't go up the mast while there's lightning around. I told the guys don't even grab onto like metallic stuff. Crazy, man. There was one strike just right there. Really need these enclosures up there. If we just get like a surround for the fly bridge, we'll be sitting up there in the dry and still be able to see all the logs and stuff. That's what I really don't like about these boats that have a lower helm or even an inside helm, is you wouldn't really be able to see the logs in the water. When we're up high, we got a way better chance of seeing the logs. There's logs everywhere, by the way.
Steve, how was your first night at sea?
Yeah, it was great. You know, normally I sail inside the bridge, but now in the cockpit and it's open, it was really nice. I like it.
Ryan, you've ever been up a mast before?
I've never been up a mast before. Are you gonna ask me if I'm scared?
Are you scared?
Honestly, yeah, I'm actually super scared. Yeah, I don't like heights at all. But if one day I want to have my own boat, I should probably do this. Also, this little problem was my fault. I made the mistake, so I figure between those two reasons, I should be the one going up. Tell my mom I love her. Let me tell you something! Let me tell you something! Let me tell you something!
Okay, let's go round the shroud. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's good.
Woo!
How's that?
I didn't love it, but I feel good that I did it, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Attaboy, Ryan. And that was a lot smarter than me going up in a lightning storm as well. Easy fix.
36 knots true. 37.
What?
37 knots true. 38. 40. 41. 42.
Just cruising along, got hit with a 40 knot squall. It's the most wind we've seen in a while and it's picked up the seas. It's crazy how fast things can happen. This might be a few squalls sort of converge together. This is a lot of wind. Now comes the rain. I'm hiding. 9.2 of us up there. Loving it out there. 30, 40 knots. Don't worry, you got a steel hull.
This is Ralph. He's a solo sailor, so we try to keep away from him in case he's sleeping. But he was on deck now, so we were able to have a little chat. We mentioned the logs before. They were seriously no joke around here. They end up coming out of the river mouths, and some are literally as long as the boat. It's actually the #1 thing to be cautious of around here. That 40 knot squall was nothing compared to hitting a 45-foot log at 8 knots.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
I haven't. It's the first time. Amazing.
You'll have to call your work and tell them you're a sailor now.
Yeah, of course. I'm a cruiser, I think. 3 days cruiser. After in Sorong, I will sign off. But you're gonna miss me, guys.
So the wind came and went for the remainder of the trip, so it was a mix of sailing and motoring while dodging logs. The logs were scariest at night, obviously, when we couldn't see anything, so we actually reduced our speed to under 4 knots, because if there was a log in front of us, we were going to hit it. Some of them were a meter round, so you can imagine what that would do to your keels or rudders, or even worse, rip the sail drive out of the boat. But we didn't hear any loud bangs all night, and on our last day we cruised in with beautiful conditions, enough to put Steve to sleep with his foot straight up in the air. That takes some serious skill. We were heading into a place called Tampagaram Marina to get acquainted with the city of Sorong, which is the hub that all of the dive boats operate out of to go explore Raja Ampat. It's always a little nerve-wracking coming into a new marina for the first time. You try to do your homework and check it all out on Google Earth, but you never really know what's coming around the corner. They asked us to put an anchor down and stern tie it to the dock, but I could see my neighbour on my starboard side had his anchor right out in front of my berth, so I had to try wedge myself up against the boat on my port side to avoid our anchors getting caught up. We eventually got it all sorted, but I wasn't sure what sort of a mess we would be in when any of us tried to retrieve our anchor.
Yeah,
Haven't done a mid-moor situation before. Super tight canal coming in. And this guy's anchor is right across, so I'm almost positive my anchor is over his chain. But this guy's one is going in as well. So I tried to place it between those two, but I don't know. I got 90 feet of chain out, and we're gonna do 4 stern lines. This is somewhere where people come to leave their boats, so it must have pretty good security. It's got all these old villas on the waterfront here. Our boat's just surging back and forth right now, so we've got to figure this out. Maybe slacken the lines a little bit.
Steve, it's your last day.
Yeah, it's actually sad. I have to leave, and I enjoy it, and I would like to say thank you very much because I was thinking to have experience with sailboat, and now you make it come true. It's really amazing. And the next, it's for my job, of course. As a search and rescue, how I can rescue people without I know how they need or what are on the boats, how they sail. Maybe I can't imagine, but it's better if I know what they need.
Let's see it.
Oh my god, it's really cool. I don't know. I will.
Muscly.
Just perfect. It's a perfect.
We're gonna miss you, bro.
I'm gonna miss you, all of you guys.
Thanks for being a great crew member.
Them also, yeah. You're a great person.
You too, man.
God bless you,
brother. Be good, eh?
Be good.
Yeah.
You too.
Hi,
Cameraman.
Steve.
See you.
What a guy.
What a nice kid.
So random how it happened. We just met him at dinner one time, and Ahmed said you would make this guy's dream come true if you took him on your sailboat. So we did. We got a spare cabin, and he's just been amazing. On watches, he's a search and rescue captain, so on watches he just picked it up straight away. Even when we were sailing, he really understood like what the wind was doing and what to look out for, and asking really good questions. Like we'd have the sail up, and he said if a log comes up, I should turn this way towards the wind, right? So asking he just picked it up so quick. And since coming here, like he'd go out and bring water back to the boat because we can't drink this water, and he was cleaning up the galley last night. Just a really thoughtful human being. So it's moments like these, like he might be thinking he had a great experience, but for us it's so nice hanging out with someone like that. And yeah, he leaves an impression on us as much as we leave on him. So I really do hope we see him again. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end, guys. It really helps trick the algorithm into thinking this video is worth suggesting to others. Hit subscribe if you're new here, and we'll see you at the same time next Sunday. Cheers, guys.
That's disgusting. That looks like a banana. I don't know.
How did you get here is the question.
Does he jump?
No, I don't.
He would have come
I'm gonna stop filming.
He would have come in on the groceries, I bet.